Good morning, peeps. I found a difficult one from 2018. This passed me by, and I don't know why, but I think it's worth us considering. I've got a theory that is going to make some of you unhappy, and so it's one. If you want to discuss it with me, can do. Stick it in the comments, or get it going on the Twitters. Young women to gay men are a danger, right? Okay, that's my general opinion. Right now, that's not my general opinion that I've just made up. That's my general opinion from 25 years of being fanning about on the gay scene. Okay, and doing things I shouldn't be at my age, and being a gay man for much longer than the 25 years I've been fanning about on the scene. Okay, it was fun. It was fun. Owen Jones knows, don't you, Owen? It was fun. Yeah, right. So yeah, okay. Young women are a danger to gay men if they adopt a trans identity. Okay, now they're a danger to young gay men for a number of reasons. Now, every year, I know this is not nice, right? Okay, so, have a go at me if you want, I don't care. Every year, we have a situation where you get the latest influx of gay blokes, right? The youngsters who are still out and about, diddling their danglers, will say it's like a smorgasbord. So they go out there, they meet all these young guys, and they're all really lively and lovely, and so they get to know each other, and it's, sex and drugs and rock and roll. I don't need to really spell this out for you. Do I need to spell this out for you? I hope not. All right, okay? And it's sex and drugs and rock and roll. But every now and again, you'll get these young people will come along, these young men, and of course they meet up with everybody, they get to know who everybody is. I've said it before, lots of gay people have horizontal families, they don't have vertical ones. So that at any time, a gay gathering could be somebody who's 45, somebody who's 60, somebody who's 19, somebody who's 23, somebody who's 32. Which is, from my perspective as a culture observer, it's marvellous because I get to talk to young people and understand a little bit about how their world is and how they see the world and how things are, right? So that's, for me, is a real plus on that front. But every now and again, you get one that will come along, and along with them will come a coterie of young girls, young women, 18-year-old plus, right, of women. And you watch them, these women, interacting with these gay young men. And the old guys look at each other and go, "Ooh, bugger." Right? Because you can see the one. You can see the one that's the problem, right? That doesn't understand that this young gay man is never, ever going to fall in love with them. Is never ever going to give them what they want. And the infatuations can be real. And when they are thwarted, the results that follow can be devastating. So I'm not saying that every young girl does this. I'm saying that there are young girls who do. And this is something that happens to young gay men. And the blowback when they finally find out, twigs, it can be vicious and brutal. In a way that's, that kind of social assassination way and all the nasty stuff, right? But that's doubly problematic for me, looking at younger gay men and going, careful with that one, right? Looking at younger gay men when the individual in question has adopted a trans identity. And that there's been a push recently for trans men to be accepted by gay men as partners. This, of course, is pure and unadulterated homophobia, no matter which way you cut it. And I now have seen this more than once. And you look at the little gay guy and you think, you're an idiot. But he's being socially pressured. Socially pressured to accept young girls who think they're trans men, as they call themselves, trans-identified females, really. Very, very confused young ladies who, unfortunately, in their confusion and mental distress, can be dangerous to others around them. And in particular to the young gay man that they fetishize, which is what they do. They fetishize young gay men. This is a bitter pill to swallow, I think. But I thought it was important that I bring it out because I came across this story and I found it deeply upsetting. But it's from 2018, but I thought I'd share it with you anyway, so you can let me know what your thoughts are. All right, here we go. Gay man's life made living hell after being falsely accused of rape by co-worker. By Graham Greenmore, April 8th, 2018 in QWERTY. So it's historic, right? Doesn't make it any less upsetting to me. Forgive me if I'm bringing you old news and you don't like it. Ali Malik says his life was made a living hell after being falsely accused of rape by a former co-worker. Lucian Harris is a trans man, is a woman, who used to identify as Lottie Harris. didn't identify as Lottie Harris. They were Lottie Harris. They were a woman. Before transitioning, Harris became infatuated with Malik. Before transitioning. Became infatuated with Malik when they worked together at a restaurant in Essex. When Malik, who is openly gay, turned down Harris's advance, Harris went AWOL. Between September 2016 and July 2016, he made nearly 24 false allegations against Malik. It says he. It wasn't a he, it was a she. You know, it goes both ways, this one, doesn't it? Just not so often this way. It was a she. Including accusing him of shoving his penis inside the letterbox of his front door and raping her, at knife point on 2 separate occasions. Speaking before a Worcester Crown Court last week, Malik said, "I've been arrested twice and I've been interviewed numerous times by the police. In total, I have spent 24 hours in a police cell, 24 hours I will never get back." He continued, "I feel like I've been living in limbo for the past 18 months. Initially, I did not feel that anyone believed me. I feel like I have been treated like a criminal. Even though I protested my innocence, I was still interviewed on numerous occasions." The experience left him feeling scared and isolated, even though, he says, "I knew I'd done nothing wrong. I had visions of being sent to prison and no one believing me." Yesterday, Harris admitted this woman admitted 6 counts of perverting the course of justice. And here it comes. Here's the kicker. The judge handed her, this says him here, the judge handed her a 2-year suspended prison sentence and ordered to complete 300 hours of community service. That is astounding. That is astounding. 10 years. That's what she should have got. 10 years. Because that's likely what he would have got. They've got this, the judges. Trans identity. The sacred caste. Yeah. She accused him of raping her at knife point. She should either have been sectioned indefinitely for her own protection or given 10 years if she's cognizant. Harris was also ordered to pay Malik $2,500. $2,500. Compensation, and issued a restraining order preventing him from contacting his victim. Her victim. "I only wish that you had shown the smallest respect for Ali Malik, whose life has been made a living hell for months," the judge said. The police decided they would not take any sort of action because by then they knew what they were dealing with, and what they were dealing with was a liar. They were lying about what they were. What made you think they wouldn't lie about everything else? It's perfectly obvious that Mr. Malik has done nothing that can explain why you have gone on his campaign against him. Afterward, Malik told reporters he doesn't think Harris will ever pay him the money. He also feels the sentence was far too lenient and the judge was too soft. "I tried to fight for justice, but feel I've got nothing out of it," he said. "It feels like nothing can be done, no matter who or how I try or who I go to." False accusations of this nature are phenomenally rare. Phenomenally rare. And they're phenomenally dangerous when they happen, to whoever they happen. But gay men know, older gay men in particular know, the dangers of young gay men surrounded by gaggles of women. We know the danger. We can spot it now. Because we've seen it before. We've seen what happens when they don't get their way, when they can't get their hands on him. Yep, they go mad. They go mad. What happens when you get one of those fag hags on steroids? Right? So this one should upset the women, shouldn't it? Let's be absolutely clear here. Allegations like that are false are rare, but they are devastating. And they should be unbelievably rare. And the only way to keep them unbelievably rare is to ensure that when somebody does that and is found out, that the prison sentence that comes with it is commensurate to what would have happened to the other individual who's been falsely accused. That's what I think should happen. Doesn't matter whether you're male or female. It doesn't matter. Women say all the time, and they're right, you can spot them. You can spot the nutters. You can spot them. Women that are in coercive control, we talk about. Darvo, these really important issues that affect women far more than they affect men. Far more than they affect men. But occasionally, just occasionally, I centre gay men, and today I'm doing that. And my message to gay men is, especially the young ones, be very careful who suddenly becomes your best buddy when you go to uni, if it happens to be a woman. Because you won't see it, but the hoary old scroats like me will. And their disappointment, their loss of the future dream in their head, when you finally drop them, which you will anyway, can be devastating to your life. I'm not saying that all of them do this to be ridiculous, but the fact that they adopt a trans identity and then become obsessed with you should tell you everything. Anyway, that's enough darkness for today. It just upset me, that's all. And I thought I'd share it with you.